I underestimated my ability to get distracted. How am I supposed to get stuff done when she's asleep underneath my thing? But anyways, hi and happy Monday. It is about 10 o'clock right now. I have still more market prep to do. So Applefest is this weekend, setup is on Thursday. And I'm starting to get more anxious the closer it gets. I still have knit pumpkins to make, coasters to tag. I have these bags. This is what I put them in when people order them online, and then they go in like the poly mailer. But I wanted to put them in these for like have a few on display, and then have them already in bags to hang up. That way they're all ready to go. But I have more coaster sets than I do bags, so I had to order more of these. They should come in tomorrow. So, and then I get told once I started making coasters, I think I first had coasters last year, and everybody's like, you should do apples for Applefest. And I use red for the strawberries, and for some reason in my mind I'm like, I don't want to take away the red from the strawberry. You can buy more yarn, girl, come on. But even so, I found a pattern by XY Craft Studio for these apple slices that there's only red along the edges, and I think these are cuter than if it was just an all red apple coaster. I just think that it being an apple slice looks really cute. So I started these over the weekend. I plan to make 6 sets of these. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is trying to get through all of these. I do the bases, I kind of do it in steps. So I'm doing all the bases first, and then I'll go through, do the red, and then I'll do all of the little leaves on them. And that's just the way that is easiest for me to work, instead of completely making one at a time. This just feels, because then I'm only get through using all one color, then switch. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I do still have to make knit pumpkins. I am going to make some pastel ones. I have a few ideas of the exact colors I want to use from over on my yarn wall that I'll get out later. I'll probably do those tomorrow. The coasters will probably take me all day. I'm not the quickest crocheter, but that's what I plan to get done today. Tomorrow is doing knit pumpkins, and I have to update Square with we use, because my aunt, it's like her booth, so she puts a inventory number on all of her tags, and then we write it down when people buy things, so we know exactly what items sold. So she has that, which means that I do that also. I have a code for an inventory code for everything. And my dad makes things for Applefest as well, because he helps cover the cost of the booth, our portion. So it's me and my dad together. We pay a portion of the booth fee, and then my aunt does the rest. So he makes things to sell as well. And he has a code. So I have to update Square with my codes. I don't do my aunt's codes just because she has hundreds of things. Each individual item that she sells has a different code, and that would just be, you'd be taking too long to go through Square to enter it. So we just enter in the price manually for her items, and then my dad's and my items a lot of times are in Square where you can just pick the item. So that's what we do. So I have to update Square because I'm selling different things this year. I have I have these little cup cozies that look like little mugs. I only have a few of these, but I'm doing these this year. And then also I have these little kitty keychains. I also only have a little bit limited number of these, but I'm adding these this year also. So those are like new products that I'm doing. Thank you. Okay. So I have to get Square updated. And then I plan to, instead of eating food from Applefest, I plan to make beef stew this week and then just take it in thermos bowls for lunch, because we are on the other side of the park from the food vendors. And even though like I'll get a break to go and get food, there's never anywhere to sit over by the food vendors, because like thousands upon thousands of people come to Applefest. So seats are always taken. So then you walk all the way back to the booth, but by the time you get back to your booth to sit in the back and eat behind the tent, your food's cold. Or like with me, there's so many options that I don't know what to pick, and then I end up getting like, you know, chicken tenders that like are just mediocre, really. But again, by the time I get back to the tent, like it's cold or the fries are cold. And so I figured this year I will bring my lunch, and since being in a thermos, it should keep it really hot and warm. Plus it's like really like stew's really filling and like really comforting, so, and warm. Although I did check the weather and it's supposed to be pretty decent so far this weekend. Last year it rained and it was cold, and you kind of are like, oh my god, it's so miserable. But I sell more hats when the weather is kind of crappy. Last year I had so many sales for hats because people came to Applefest and didn't bring one, and it was cold. So they'd stop at they'd see that I had some, and so they'd stop, and like each person that like in their little group would like buy a hat. So I actually like it when it's cold, even though I personally am standing there absolutely miserable in a coat and like my snow boots and everything. But it is supposed to be nice, which like it's nice that it's going to be nicer, but it's also, I'm curious how that might affect sales. Or maybe I'll still make sales because maybe more people will come out if it's not so gross. I don't know, we'll have to see. But that, my goal for today is to get the apples made. I have a few bases made that I made yesterday. So I do it in, instead of making all one coaster completely at a time, I do it in like steps. So I'll do all the bases, and then I'll go through, do all the red, and then I'm gonna go through and do all the leaves that go on top. That's just how it's easier for me to work that way instead of making like completely one at a time. So yeah, I'm gonna get working on that.
Got nowhere to go now. We just sleep on the couch. No place to call home now, but I'm sipping so sound when you stick around. Grew out of our hometown, cause the city's so loud. Let's go on a drive out to see what the lights out. Don't wanna be found.
2, 3, 4.
Driving through Nevada with nothing but a satellite map. Oh, is this what it feels like to have nothing but each other? 'Cause honestly, I like it like that. Not a lot, but it feels right to fly under the radar, sleep under the stars.
So it is Tuesday. It's about 12:30 already, and I only just got done making the apple coasters. I was originally planning to make 6 sets of them, but I ended up only doing 5, and I don't think I'm gonna make any more lemons. I'm just gonna leave it at the 3 sets that I have. I underestimated my ability to get distracted, so time just really got away from me. Plus I work in the evening, so that's a 4-hour chunk of time that I didn't have to be able to work on the coasters, because I think if I hadn't had to go to work, I probably would have got done with them yesterday, but it is what it is. So I still need to eat lunch, and then I will get started on pumpkins. So I really need to get pumpkins made, and I need to find my sticky note that lets me know how many rows to go for each size that I do, because I try to keep it relatively uniform and like the same every time. So I need to do that, but I really need to get going because I feel like all my inventory that I already have is fine, but like I just tend to feel like that need to make more, I guess. I don't know. I only have a total of, let's see, 10 or 11 pumpkins right now total. So I think I have 7 small ones, 2 medium ones, and 1 large one. And that's not that much really for like the pumpkins, because they do tend to sell pretty well. People really like the pumpkins. So need to get going on those. Try not to get distracted every 2 seconds.
I'm trying to get you on my mind less, but then again I couldn't mind less. Got me like, what's in your coffee? I hope you call me and we can talk about our hobbies, yeah. Like finding movies to get lost in, and quoting phrases from The Office. What's it like to wear that halo? So sweet it's painful. So would you put me on your payroll, girl? I know it's probably not too healthy.
How am I supposed to get stuff done? She's asleep underneath my thing. Oh, no. Did I wake you? I didn't wake you enough. How can I get work done if you're sleeping under there?
Forget the roses and the diamonds. Baby, like MasterCard, you're priceless. Steady, yeah, you got no limit. So girl, let's spend it. A couple weeks in Costa Rica where we both can kick it. I give you my sovereignty. We play
I have work I need to do.
living in my head rent free. I wonder when I'll get evicted, or if you meant to leave your blender in my kitchen. I know it's probably not too healthy, like John Belly and it's overwhelming. Whoa, so call me stupid, call me crazy. Yeah. So long to sanity.
Okay. Good morning. It is 10:51 on Wednesday. I just got done doing the knitting machine part of making the pumpkin. So basically you make a hat and then you turn it upside down, fill it with the stuffing, and then you take more yarn and you pull it through to make the pumpkin shape. I did some pastel. I didn't have enough pink pastel to make like a typical small, like you can tell this is a lot smaller. So this one I promised my daughter would be hers, so I'm gonna make this one first. And then what I'm going to do, I don't know, I have quite a bit of polyfill, but I don't know if I have enough for all of the pumpkins that I plan to make. So I'm going to make the normal color. I'm going to make the orange and the browns, this dark blue, and the tan and stuff. I'm gonna make these the priority ones just because I know that these colors sell versus the pastels. I'm just dropping everything. So if I don't have enough for the pastel ones, then like this can be folded over and it's a good size for like an infant toddler hat. So I'll just make these infant toddler hats if I don't have enough polyfill to fill them all to make them pumpkins. So that's the plan. That's what I need to get done today. Well, right now I still have to update Square. I still have to, there's a few signs and stuff I want to make, so I have to get all that done still. So making pumpkins, that's what I'm doing.
Bending my logic, standing at your house, throwing rocks at your window. Sometimes my conscience got me feeling beat, Super Smash Nintendo. I'm ready if you're ready, so please.
I am a horrible judge of how much stuffing is needed for these because I'm gonna have more than enough. I don't know why I thought I wasn't gonna have enough.
Tight jeans, you pull back when my grip is tightening. Cold paper, I'm in my Nikes. I'm right here, but you stare at your phone. You pull the brakes, afraid to crash and burn. Shut off my brain, and bending my logic, standing at your house, throwing rocks at your window. Sometimes my conscience got me feeling beat, Super Smash Nintendo. I'm ready if you're ready, so please cut out your caution, 'cause we're the only thing we need. The thought of life without you, girl's a dismal notion. The last 2 weeks all ebbed and flowed with no emotion. Never been this cold under blankets, with the pedals tucked in a page.
Hi, so I just got back from setting up, so it's Thursday. I didn't have time to do like an outro and the vlog thing yesterday just because I was still working on stuff. I ended up not going to bed till around like almost 1. So yeah, I just wanted to, one of the things I wanted to do is just kind of go over like everything that I brought with me and then how much money worth of inventory I'm taking. So let's do that. Yeah. So I do knit hats, but I do most of them I do with Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick yarn, and then I also do some with merino wool hand dyed yarn and stuff like that. So I have those at 2 different price points. So if it's a Lion brand hat, then I'll refer to it as LB, and then obviously the merinos are just merino wool. But so what I took with me was 44 LB hats in adult size at $30 a piece, 17 Lion brand hats, kids hats at $25, 10 adult merino wool hats at $45, 1 children's merino wool hat at $40. And then I have the knitting machine hats, the knitting machine merino hats. I have 9 of those at $35. I have just regular acrylic yarn knitting machine hats. I have 7 of those at $20. I have 17 headbands at $12. I have I sell scrunchies in packs of 3, so I have about 13 3-packs of scrunchies. Those are at $8. I have 12 small pumpkins. Those are taxed, so everything else so far that I've mentioned is not taxed, because in Pennsylvania you don't pay tax on clothing items, I guess. But pumpkins, coasters, and things like that, those are taxed. But I'm just gonna say the price that the customer will pay me after tax. So 12 small pumpkins at $8, and I do this the way when I price things for markets. I don't want to deal with, like, if I'm doing my own table, I don't want to deal with any coin change, just bills. It just is a lot easier. My aunt, though, they're like, with her stuff there is change, but just for me, just for the ease of everything and on other people, I just don't. I say I want to have it at $8, like that's how much I want the person to give me, and then I do the tax backwards. So like without tax it would be $7.55, but $7.55 plus tax is $8. So right, small pumpkins, I have 12 of those at $8. Medium pumpkins, I have 7 of those at $10, and I have 5 large pumpkins at $14. And then I have 1 scarf that I made a while back at $20, a neck wrap that uses like a little bit of merino wool and stuff in it. I only have 1 of those. It's priced at $40. I have 44 coaster sets. And the coaster sets, I sell sets of 4, and those are at $14. Having them at $14, I'm not sure if anybody will buy them, but sometimes you get surprised. Like sometimes you don't think someone would buy something at that price, but they do anyways. You just get those like, you're gonna get those people that are like, oh my god, $14 for this, and it's like, yes, I want to be paid for my time to make the item. And even then, I'm not paying, I know I'm not paying myself enough for the coasters, but I don't want them to be astronomical either. So online, I think right now I have them priced at $15 online. I did have it at $16.50, but like my sales plummeted, so I was like, I'll go down, I guess. But you know, I have cup cozies. I have 9 of those at $5, And then I have little keychains. I have 16 of those at $3. So total inventory, I have $4,003 worth of inventory for this market, which is, I think, the most inventory that's 213 items. It's the most items I've had, but I added a bunch of smaller stuff, and so that's why. So yeah, we will see next vlog how I do. I'm nervous. I get nervous every year. Just like, I know people will buy things, but at the same time, you just have that in the back of your just making biscuits back there. But just like in the back of your mind, you just have that voice telling you, like, that negative voice that like nobody's gonna buy anything, you know, you're not gonna do that well. And I just gotta tell that voice to, you know, shut up. I'm gonna take the rest of today, relax a little bit, start editing this vlog so that way it's ready for Monday, because I'm gonna be so swamped this weekend. Tomorrow I'm working Applefest, but then after Applefest, if Applefest gets done at 6, after that I still have to go into work. So I'm probably not gonna get home after work. So I'm gonna leave Applefest, come home, eat something for dinner, change clothes, leave for work, and then I probably won't get home until close to midnight probably. So it's just tomorrow's gonna be a really, really long, exhausting day. I'm not looking forward to like that aspect of it, but, or the cold. It was cold this morning and I only had a hoodie. But anyways, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below anything. I don't know, comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, they say. And subscribe and come along with me. And then see, I don't know what, see what, potato? I probably look so dead in the face. Almost. No, I'm not making any sense of polyfill, but yeah. You're fine.